Good afternoon to all. Our next unit is transmitters and receivers. Put a heading transmitters and receivers. First of all, we discuss about transmitters. Transmitters. This is fourth unit. The first topic is classification of radio transmitters. Classification of radio transmitters. Already you know what is radio transmitters. To transmit radio signals, we use radio transmitters. So radio signals is nothing but high frequency signals. Radio signals is nothing but high frequency signals. So to send radio signals, we use radio transmitters. How this classification is done. So radio transmitters are classified according to the following methods. That is, the first method is according to the type of modulation used. Note down briefly. The first one is according to the type of modulation used, and the second one is according to the service involved, and the third one is according to the frequency range involved. So the classification is done in three ways. The first way is according to the type of modulation used, and the second way is according to the service involved, and the third way is according to the frequency range involved. Now put aside heading first one, that is classification according to the type of modulation used. According to the type of modulation used. Again, this is classified into three types. The first one is amplitude modulation transmitters, and second one is FM transmitters, and third one is PM transmitters. AM transmitters, FM transmitters, PM transmitters. Classification according to the type of modulation used. Already I think you know modulation techniques. There are different modulation techniques like AM, FM and PM. So that's why the transmitters are classified into AM transmitters, FM transmitters, and to modulate a pulse signals, we use pulse modulation transmitters. Now coming to the second technique. So what is that second technique? The second way of classification is done based on service involved. What is meant by service involved? So the transmitters are used to which type of service? If it is used to broadcast radio signals, then it is called radio broadcast transmitters. Again, there are different types. The first one is radio broadcast transmitters. If we use a broadcast purpose, then it is called radio broadcast. If it is used to transmit telephone signals, then it is called radio telephone transmitters. If the transmitters are used to send telegraph signals, then it is called radio telegraph transmitters. Radio telegraph transmitters. If the transmitters are used for television purpose, then it is called TV transmitters, television transmitters. They are used to send radar signals, then it is called radio radar transmitters. What is the abbreviation for radar? Anyone knows what is the abbreviation for radar? radio detection and ranging, radar. So to send radar signals, we use the radar transmitters. For navigation purpose, we use navigation transmitters. For navigation purpose, we use navigation transmitters. So according to the service involved, the transmitters are classified generally into 6 types. So the first one is broadcast transmitters, telephone transmitters, telegraph transmitters, television transmitters, and radar transmitters and navigation transmitters. Navigation transmitters. Now coming to the another type of classification, it is according to the carrier frequency used. This classification is done according to the carrier frequency used. So depending upon that, there are again 4 types of classification. The first one is long wave transmitters. Second one is medium wave transmitters, and third one is short wave transmitters. Short wave transmitters. And fourth one is VHF and UHF transmitters. VHF and UHF transmitters. So totally on the third category, we have 4 types of transmitters. The first one is long wave, second one is medium wave, third one is short wave, and fourth one is VHF and UHF. VHF and UHF. This classification is done based on the carrier frequency used. Based on the carrier frequency used. So coming to the depth, now put aside heading first one, that is classification based on modulation used, type of modulation used. Under this we have 3 types of techniques. AM transmitters. AM transmitters, what is nothing but AM transmitters? In such transmitter, the modulating signal is amplitude modulated. Amplitude modulated. So what is amplitude modulation? The process of changing the amplitude of the carrier signal in accordance with the instantaneous value of the message signal. So if the technique involved in this transmitter is amplitude modulation, then the type of transmitters are called AM transmitters. So now what is the applications of these transmitters? Where these transmitters are used? These transmitters are mainly used to broadcast long, medium and short waves. Long, medium and short waves, and radio telephony on short waves, radio telegraphy on short waves, television picture broadcast on very short waves, or ultra short waves. So these are the applications of these transmitters, where these transmitters are used. These transmitters are used generally in long wave communication, medium wave communication, short wave communication, and radio telephony on short wave communication, and radio telegraphy on short wave communication, and television picture broadcast. In television, again, we have 2 types, that is sound broadcast and picture broadcast. For audio broadcasting, we use different type. And for picture broadcast, we use this type of amplitude modulation transmitters. So these are the applications of AM transmitters. So under this category, you must write every transmitters applications and what is the main technique that involved. So in these transmitters, the what is the main technique involved here? We have the amplitude modulation. The process involved is the modulation is done in the way of amplitude modulation. These transmitters are generally used for radio broadcast on long, medium and short wave communication. Again for radio telephony on short waves and radio telegraphy on short waves, and television picture broadcast. For picture broadcast, we use these AM transmitters. Coming to the second technique. You note briefly. Coming to the second technique, what is our second transmitters? FM transmitters. So the name itself indicates the modulation is FM modulation. In these transmitters, the modulation is FM, that is frequency modulation. The frequency of the carrier is changes in accordance with the instantaneous value of the message signal, then it is called FM. So the modulation technique involved in this transmitters is FM. Where we use these transmitters? It is also used for radio broadcast in VHF and in UHF range. So where we use FM transmitters. FM transmitters are used to radio broadcast in VHF and UHF range, and television sound broadcast. Sound broadcast. For sound broadcast purpose, we use these FM transmitters. So compared to, if you observe the difference between AM and FM, AM transmitters are helpful in sending the signals for long, medium and short waves. For very high frequency range and ultra high frequency range, we use FM transmitters. So that's why FM transmitters are used for radio broadcast in VHF and UHF range, and television sound broadcast in VHF and UHF ranges. Similarly, it is also used in radio telephone communication in VHF and UHF. So here remember one point: for very long, medium and short waves ranges, we use AM transmitters, that is either telephony, telegraphy, or otherwise TV broadcasting, we use AM. But in the range of VHF and UHF, it is either telephony, telegraphy, or TV transmission, we use FM transmitters. Now coming to third technique. What is the third technique? Pulse modulation transmitters. Here don't confuse that we have generally amplitude modulation. Up to now, you know, amplitude modulation, frequency modulation, and phase modulation. So what is FM and PM? Both are angle modulated techniques. Under angle modulation, we have FM and PM. PM is nothing but phase modulation in that technique. Among these techniques, we have another technique, that is pulse modulation. This is our last unit. Fifth unit is pulse modulation. So in this technique, what is the main process here involved? Here the shape of the pulse changes. That is, information is carried with the pulses. Carried in the form of pulses. By changing the shape of the pulses, we have different techniques. That is characteristics of the pulses. By changing the characteristics of the pulses, we have different modulation techniques in again pulse modulation. So if we change the pulse width, then it is called pulse width modulation, which is simply called PWM. So in pulse modulation transmitters, the signal voltage alters some characteristics of the pulses. So the characteristics may be either pulse width, pulse position, and pulse amplitude. If we change the pulse width, then the type of modulation is called PWM. That is pulse width modulation. This one, pulse width modulation. If we change the position, pulse position, then it is called PPM. Pulse position modulation. If we change the amplitude of the pulse, then it is called PAM, which is called pulse amplitude modulation. Pulse amplitude modulation. If we change the pulse frequency, then it is called pulse frequency modulation, which is also called pulse code modulation, which is also called pulse code modulation. So again, in pulse modulation, we have different techniques. By changing the characteristics of the pulse, we have different methods. If we change the width of the pulse, then it is called PWM. If we change the amplitude, then it is called PAM. If we change the position, then it is called PPM. If we change the frequency, then it is called pulse code modulation or pulse frequency modulation. So these are the types in the first classification. So coming to second category, that is classification according to the type of service involved. Put aside heading according to the type of service involved. What is the first type? Radio broadcast transmitters. So what is the main purpose of these transmitters? These transmitters are mainly designed to transmit speeches, talks, music, dramas like that. The main purpose of these transmitters are transmitting speeches, talks, music, dramas, etc. Again, in radio broadcasting, that is for long waves, medium waves, short waves, and VHF and UHF. Again, there are two types, AM transmitters and FM transmitters. Again, in radio broadcasting, there are again two types, that is AM radio broadcasting and FM radio broadcasting. Already you know AM transmitters are operated in the long wave, medium wave and short wave, which have the carrier power is very, very low. That is about 1 kilowatt. The high power used in AM transmitters, AM radio broadcast transmitters is 100 kilowatts. Similarly, for FM broadcast transmitters are used in very short waves, or it is used in ultra short waves with a carrier power of 100 kilowatts. With a carrier power of 100 kilowatts. So totally here the important points is under the radio broadcast transmitters that these transmitters mainly used to transmit speeches, talks, musics, dramas like that. Again, under this we have two categories, that is AM radio broadcasting transmitters and FM radio broadcast transmitters. AM radio broadcast transmitters used for long waves, medium waves and short waves. Similarly, FM is used for very short waves and ultra short waves, ultra short wave communication. So that the carrier power is changed according to the distance, Again, coming to the second category, that is radio telephone transmitters. So what is the purpose of these transmitters? These transmitters are mainly designing for transmitting of telephone signals. Telephone signals over long distance by radio means. What is the main purpose of these radio telephone transmitters? Which are used to transmit radio telephone signals. Radio telephone signals for longer distances. To travel the longer distances, here the signal strength is more. We maintain the signal strength is more and the directivity of the signal is high. What is meant by directivity? The beaming capacity. The beaming capacity. So that is without any attenuation, the signal must be reached to the receiver. The signal must be reached to the receiver. For that, here we use the electromagnetic energy is spread in the form of narrow beam. The electromagnetic energy is spread in the form of narrow beam. If it is in the spread in the form of wide beam, it covers more area, but the directivity is reduces. But the directivity is reduces. So if the electromagnetic energy is spread in the form of narrow beam, then we got a high directivity, then automatically the signal is perfectly reaches to receiver. Perfectly reaches to receiver. Again in this technique, there are AM telephone transmitters and FM radio telephone transmitters. Again in radio telephone transmitters, we have two types, that is AM telephone transmitters and FM radio telephone transmitters for the range used. I think already you know the difference between AM transmitters and FM transmitters, mainly AM transmitters for shortwave, long wave, short wave, and medium waves. For VHF and UHF ranges, we use FM transmitters, FM radio transmitters. Depending upon the distance, the carrier power is changed. Depending upon the distance, the carrier power is changed. We mainly remember that the radio telephone transmitters are mainly used to transmit the telephone signals. Telephone signals, and these transmitters internally have separated devices like volume compressors, privacy devices, peak limiters, etc. Peak limiters, etc. Again, in the later topics, you study about all these things. So coming to third one, that is radio telegraph transmitters. So these transmitters are used to send telegraph signals. Telegraph signals. Remember here one point, if the signal is our requirement is if the signal is travel for longer distances, then we maintain a narrow beam width. Narrow beam width, that is the electromagnetic energy is spread in the form of narrow beam, then automatically we have a more directivity. But if we want to cover a large area and the distance is very less, then in that situation, if the electromagnetic energy is spread in the form of wide beam, then automatically it covers a large area, but it does not travel for longer distances. So radio telegraph transmitters, again these are used for send the telegraph signals. For point-to-point radio communication, we use a narrow beam transmission. Coming to another technique, so that is radio transmitters. Radio transmitters which are used to send radio signals. Again in radio, the transmitters, there are two types, that is pulse radar and continuous wave radar. Again in radio transmitters, here we have two types, that is pulse radar and continuous wave radar. To know the direction of aeroplanes in that situation, we use these radars. The main principle which is involved in radar transmitters is by receiving the echo signals. By receiving the echo signals, we guess the aeroplane distance and what is the direction of that aeroplane and how much height it is flying. So that for all that purpose, we use these transmitters to send echoes, to send radar signals with the help of sending radar signals. And again, by receiving the echo signals, we can guess the direction and height of the aeroplane. So that it is mainly used in moving targets. Moving targets. So for military applications also, these radar transmitters are used. In case of military applications also, the radar transmitters are used. So you have a separate subject in final year based on radar. A complete study about the radar. Radar transmitters, radar signals, why, how radar signals are transmitted and how we can receive the signals, what are the internal blocks involved. So you entirely study about the radar in that subject. So mainly here you remember that the radar transmitters are mainly two types, that is pulse radar and continuous wave radar. So in pulse radar, it is automatically know what is meant by pulse radar. Why the name itself? The name itself indicates a pulse radar transmitter use pulse modulation of carrier. So it uses a very high power of carriers in the order of microwave frequency ranges. That is 300 megahertz to 10,000 megahertz, like that. So the continuous wave radar is simply called as CW radars. CW radars. Here we use a frequency modulation. In CW radars, radar transmitters, we use a FM. And here also we use in this CW transmitter, CW radar transmitters, we mainly uses the Doppler effect. We mainly uses the Doppler effect. So here the important points is radar transmitter is mainly, there are two types of radar transmitters, pulse radar and continuous wave radars. In pulse radars, the pulse modulation is done. What is the modulation technique involved? The pulse modulation is involved in these transmitters, and the carrier power is uses in the range of 300 megahertz. That is microwave frequency is used in this technique, that is 300 megahertz to 10,000 megahertz frequency range. But in case of CW radar transmitters, we use a frequency modulation with a carrier voltage, and it also utilizes the Doppler effect. Coming to the other type of transmitters, that is navigation transmitters. So these type of transmitters are used in the navigational aids. That is for sea navigation and air navigation, we use these type of transmitters. For airport surveillance also we use this type of transmitters. So coming to the third classification, that is according to the carrier frequency used. So for long wave transmitters, we use the carrier frequency as below 300 kilohertz. Below 300 kilohertz. You must remember this frequency range. For long wave transmitters, we use the carrier frequency as below 300 kilohertz. Now coming to medium wave transmitters, you see the range. If the carrier frequency is 550 to 1650 kilohertz, then it is called medium wave transmitters. So that is the transmitters operate on frequencies in the range of 550 to 1650 kilohertz. Those are called medium wave transmitters. So what is the carrier power here? Carrier power is 5 kilowatts to 500. 500 or 1000 kilowatts. 1000 kilowatts. Now coming to the short wave. What is the short wave range? It is 3 to 30 megahertz. 3 to 30 megahertz. So 1 second. I will share the frequency ranges. Just you note down that frequency ranges. So note down these frequency ranges. So this is the classification of radio waves. Every electronic student must know these frequency ranges. So what is the very low frequency? It lies between 10 to 30 kilohertz. 10 to 30 kilohertz. And low frequency 30 to 300 kilohertz. 30 to 300 kilohertz. After that medium frequency, this is a 300 to 3000 kilohertz. 300 to 3000 kilohertz. After that we have high frequency. High frequency. In high frequency you go to megahertz range. Megahertz. That is 3 to 30 megahertz. 3 to 30 megahertz. After that we go to very high frequency, that is VHF range. VHF range, that is 30 to 300. 30 to 300 megahertz. To 300 megahertz. After that ultra high frequency, that is UHF range. UHF range, that is 300 to 3000 megahertz. 300 to 3000 megahertz. After that we call it as super high frequencies. 3000 to 30,000 megahertz. After that here we have again we have different frequency ranges like microwave ranges and millimeter wave ranges like that. C band, Q band, Ka band like that. So those are study in next subjects and next communications. So mainly remember all these ranges. Up to this you must know these ranges. So that is up to super high frequency range you must remember. So like that, according to the carrier frequency range here we used, we call it as long wave, medium wave, short wave, VHF and UHF. So in VHF and UHF, we use the carrier frequency as beyond 1000 megahertz, 1000 megahertz. Beyond 1000 megahertz. So this one, beyond 1000 megahertz, which are mainly used for radar, television, and microwave links. We use these transmitters. So this is the classification of transmitters. So this is the first topic of your fourth unit. After that we go to AM transmitters. Now put aside heading AM transmitters. AM transmitters. Again, AM transmitters are classified into two types, that is low power level AM transmitters and second one is high power level AM transmitters. So this unit entirely you have block diagram and explanation only. There is no analysis part, there is no mathematical analysis part, no derivation part. You just have what are the internal blocks involved in every type of transmitter and you just discuss about the purpose of each block. Just you remember the block diagrams, each stage by stage. So the fourth unit entirely you have block diagrams. So there is a chance of confusion for blocks. So you must practice block diagrams. And you must know the purpose of each and every block. Suppose here we use a crystal oscillator. What is the purpose of this oscillator? For in every block diagram, the purpose of this oscillator is same. If you study at one point, that is used for all block diagrams. So totally here AM transmitters are classified into two types, that is low power level AM transmitter and second one is high power level AM transmitter. Here what is meant by low power level transmitter? Already at the starting classes I told you the modulation is done in two ways. Low level modulation and high level modulation. The modulation is done in two ways, low level modulation and high level modulation. If the modulation is done at lower frequencies, that is at a low level, that is before amplification of the signal, if the modulation is done, then it is called low power level. And what is a high power modulation? In the high power modulation, first the amplification is done. After the processing of amplification, the modulation is done. That is called high power level. So that is, first the signal is amplified with the help of amplifier. After that, the signal is modulated. So that's why it is called high power. With the help of amplifier, the signal power is increases. So after the increasing of power, we done the modulation. So then in that situation, we call it as high power level. So depending upon that techniques, here also we have AM transmitters. That is, if the modulation is done at the low power levels, then it is called low power level AM transmitter. And if the modulation is done at the high power level, then it is called high power level AM transmitters. So in the next class, we observe the block diagram of low power level and high power level AM transmitters.